As the sun sets behind the towering peaks of the Karakoram Range, casting long shadows over the icy slopes of K2, the world's second highest mountain, a somber scene unfolds. The tragic death of Muhammad Hassan, a high-altitude porter from Pakistan. But within this breathtaking landscape lies a treacherous challenge known as the Bottleneck, a narrow passage along the route to K2's summit where the forces of nature converge to create a deadly crucible of rockfall, avalanches, and extreme altitude. It is here, amidst the chaos and peril of this unforgiving terrain, that the tragic story of Muhammad Hassan unfolds. Muhammad Hassan, a high-altitude porter from Pakistan, found himself caught in the throes of this perilous landscape on July 27, 2023, in a fateful expedition to support climbers attempting to conquer K2's daunting heights. Despite lacking the necessary equipment for such a high-altitude endeavor, Hassan embarked on this journey driven by a desperate need to provide for his sick mother's medical treatment. The events that transpired on that fateful day have sparked controversy and ignited a firestorm of public response. As Hassan and his fellow climbers navigated the treacherous terrain of the Bottleneck, tragedy struck with swift and merciless force. Hassan's life was cut short, his body succumbing to the merciless grip of K2's icy embrace. Nestled within the rugged expanse of the Karakoram Range in Pakistan, K2 stands as a formidable giant, its imposing silhouette piercing the sky at an elevation of 8,611 meters above sea level. Known colloquially as the Savage Mountain, K2 earns its moniker from the extreme difficulty and inherent dangers posed by its unforgiving terrain and unpredictable weather conditions. In 2008, a catastrophic avalanche struck K2's notorious Bottleneck section, claiming the lives of 11 climbers in one of the deadliest disasters in the mountain's history. A decade later, in 2018, K2 once again asserted its dominance with another deadly avalanche that claimed the lives of several climbers attempting to conquer its formidable heights. These tragedies serve as sobering reminders of the dangers inherent in high-altitude mountaineering, not just on K2, but on other formidable peaks around the world. Mount Everest, the highest peak on Earth, has also witnessed its fair share of tragedies, with climbers facing similar challenges and risks as those on K2. Yet despite this, climbers continue to flock to K2 and other high-altitude peaks in search of adventure and accomplishment. The allure of standing atop the world's highest mountains remains a powerful draw, compelling climbers to push themselves to their limits in pursuit of their dreams. Muhammad Hassan's journey as a high-altitude porter reflects the essential role that Sherpas play in supporting climbers on expeditions to peaks like K2. As a seasoned porter, Hassan possessed invaluable knowledge of the mountain's terrain and weather patterns, making him a crucial asset to climbing teams attempting to conquer K2's daunting heights. His expertise in navigating treacherous landscapes and his ability to carry heavy loads at high altitudes made him an indispensable member of any expedition. However, despite his skills and experience, Hassan faced considerable financial pressures that compelled him to undertake the dangerous task of ascending to over 8,000 meters on K2. Like many climbers and porters from developing countries, Hassan grappled with limited economic opportunities and the need to provide for his family. The lure of financial compensation for supporting climbers on expeditions to K2 offered Hassan a lifeline in his struggle to meet the medical expenses of his sick mother. Despite the inherent risks and challenges of high-altitude climbing, Hassan was driven by a deep sense of responsibility and determination to secure a better future for his loved ones. Hassan's story serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by individuals like him in pursuit of a better life and the inherent risks faced by those who dare to challenge the world's highest peaks. On July 27th, Muhammad Hassan's journey on K2 took a tragic turn as he faced the formidable challenges of the mountain's treacherous terrain. As Hassan and his fellow climbers approached the Bottleneck, a narrow and precarious section along the route to K2's summit, they encountered a scene of chaos and uncertainty. The Bottleneck, notorious for its steep and avalanche-prone slopes, posed a significant obstacle to their progress, forcing them to navigate carefully amidst the looming threat of disaster. Amidst the hustle and bustle of climbers vying for space on the narrow route, tragedy struck with swift and merciless force. Details surrounding Hassan's death remain shrouded in conflicting reports, with eyewitness testimonies and drone footage offering divergent accounts of the events leading up to the tragedy. Some reports suggest that Hassan slipped and fell while navigating the bottleneck, while others indicate that he may have succumbed to the extreme altitude and harsh conditions of the mountain. In the midst of the chaos and confusion, the tragic truth emerges. No one made a concerted effort to save Hassan's life. Despite the desperate circumstances and the presence of numerous climbers in the vicinity, Hassan was left to fend for himself amidst the unforgiving environment of K2's high-altitude slopes. The treacherous conditions and logistical challenges of the mountain may have hindered rescue efforts, but the heartbreaking reality remains that Hassan's fate was sealed by the inaction of those around him. As the tragedy unfolded on K2's unforgiving slopes, climbers grappled with the harsh reality of the mountain's deadly reputation and the moral dilemmas posed by high-altitude climbing. Following Muhammad Hassan's tragic death on K2, the mountaineering community and the public at large were quick to react, demanding answers and accountability in the wake of the incident. In response to mounting pressure, the government of Gilgit-Baltistan province swiftly established a commission of inquiry to investigate the circumstances surrounding Hassan's death. This investigative body was tasked with unraveling the events leading up to the tragedy and identifying any lapses in safety protocols or negligence that may have contributed to Hassan's untimely demise. Recently, a Norwegian climber, Kristin Harila, who achieved the fastest ascent of the world's 14 highest peaks, responded to controversy amid accusations of walking past the dying porter to set her record as the online world transformed into a battleground of emotions, with climbers like her facing intense scrutiny and backlash on various social media platforms. Accusations and even death threats were leveled against Harila and others, as outraged netizens sought to assign blame for Hassan's death. The heated debate underscored the complexities of navigating public opinion in the aftermath of high-profile mountaineering accidents, highlighting the challenges of discerning truth from conjecture in a digital age where misinformation and sensationalism often reign supreme. In the midst of the online furor and the official investigation, the mountaineering community grappled with the difficult task of reconciling conflicting narratives and assigning accountability for Hassan's tragic fate. As the dust settled and the inquiry progressed, it became increasingly evident that the circumstances surrounding Hassan's death were complex and multifaceted, defying simple explanations or easy scapegoats. Muhammad Hassan's tragic death on K2 has sparked a broader conversation within the mountaineering community, prompting reflection on the inherent risks and responsibilities associated with high-altitude climbing. Debates over responsibility, safety protocols, and the treatment of high-altitude porters have taken center stage, as climbers and organizations grapple with the need to prioritize safety while preserving the spirit of adventure. The incident has highlighted recurring issues faced by climbers on peaks like K2, including overcrowding, inadequate equipment, and the pressures of commercial expeditions. The influx of climbers seeking to conquer K2's summit has led to overcrowding on the mountain's narrow routes, increasing the risk of accidents and hindering rescue efforts in case of emergencies. Additionally, the lack of proper equipment and resources for climbers and porters alike has raised concerns about the readiness of individuals to tackle such formidable challenges. Who do you think is to blame on Muhammad's death? Let us know down below in the comments section. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.